Chapter 5. Hoshin Kanri, Align Vision, Goals, and Plans for Continuous Improvement. In Chapter 4, we looked at the grassroots nature of Toyota leadership. A large part of Toyota's success can be attributed to group leaders' daily KAIZEN leadership and the backing of more senior leadership from the bottom of the organizational pyramid. However, it does not take a leadership expert to point out the limitations of a solely bottom-up approach. In a system in which each group operates semi-autonomously, owning its own process, improvement activities do not necessarily complement one another. Every organization, Toyota included, needs to prioritize its initiatives and to adjudicate and resolve the differences between competing or conflicting efforts. Toyota's approach to the universal challenge of coordinated, directed action across the corporation is Hoshin Kanri, also known as policy deployment or strategy deployment. Literally translated, Hoshin means compass or pointing the direction, while Kanri means management or control. Hoshin Kanri is the process of setting goals and targets, and most importantly, the concrete plans for reaching those targets. Hoshin Kanri and Daily Kaizen are both part of the company's commitment to continuous improvement. Hoshin Kanri links the leadership together in a tight chain of goal setting and goal achievement. The movement down the organization can be thought of as a big triangle that relates broad goals at the top executive level to concrete actions taken and measured by the working teams. As goals move down through the company, they become more specific. Become best in class in quality at the top level can work its way down to very specific targets on very specific measures, such as a 5% improvement per year over 3 years in first-time defect-free welding. An outcome target should be accompanied by one or a series of process targets, such as implement a predictive tool change system to change 100% of tools on a planned schedule. This is something that can be easily measured day by day, work group by work group. Vertically, goals cascade down the organization and are turned into innovative thinking about how to achieve the goals, getting more specific as you approach the front line. Horizontally, different functions coordinate their plans to achieve the broader goals. However, this chain of tightly linked goals is only as strong as the weakest link in the leadership chain, which is why Toyota works so hard at leadership development. The Hoshin Kanri process. True Hoshin Kanri is a process of innovation and of developing people at all levels, and it takes time and commitment. Just like the cyclical leadership development model, Hoshin Kanri operates at many levels and in many cycles. At Toyota, they have a long-term global vision, often 10 years out, and a rolling 5-year business plan. The 5-year plan is then broken into annual Hoshin Kanri plans that ultimately support the long-term vision. These annual plans are cascaded down through the various levels of the organization. Throughout the year, progress is reviewed against the targets and adjustments are made through many reflection events. Thus, as with much else at Toyota, the Hoshin Kanri process can be thought of in terms of Dr. W. Edwards Deming's Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA, problem-solving process. Throughout the company, there are many smaller PDCA cycles throughout the year. Every attempt to improve a process, guided by the Hoshin goals, is a PDCA process. Toyota's starting assumption in Hoshin is that the future is unknowable, and there will be many surprises as they work toward their goals. Therefore, the Hoshin plan remains at a high level, and the details get worked out as leaders at all levels work to overcome obstacles to achieve their targets. Toyota considers the two key skills for Hoshin Kanri to be problem solving and on-the-job development, or OJD. Each level of leader is expected to coach their next level leaders through OJD, which means at the work site working through real problems. As we will discuss later, Mike Rother introduced the idea of the improvement kata to practice the skills of problem solving, and the coaching kata to learn how to effectively coach and develop people on the job. Long-term vision set by internal board of directors. The plan stage begins with the long-term vision and goals for the company. It is the board of directors who established Toyota's top-level Hoshin, not just the CEO and a handful of his close associates. This is after a lot of input from the managing officers and the different regions of Toyota. Toyota is one of the holdout companies in Japan that still relies on an internal board of directors made up of the company's senior executives with no external board. In more recent years, Toyota has added several outside members to the board to get more diverse perspectives. At Toyota, having a purely external board would mean that key decisions were being made by people who are not socialized into the Toyota way or deeply trained in the rigorous, highly disciplined Toyota business practices process. The deep involvement of the board in personally investigating the state of the company and its various operations is another reason why Toyota's process is unique. As an example, the 2010 global vision set by Toyota in 2002 was to become the most respected and admired firm in the automotive business while following the guiding principles of the company. From long-term vision to intermediate plans. The core of Global Vision 2010, becoming the most respected and admired company in the automobile industry, is a fairly vague goal. The next phase of Hoshin Kanri is turning that vague goal into more concrete terms, and from there creating a mid-range plan covering 4 to 5 years that is clearly actionable. A 15 market share target was announced by Fujio Cho as a way of making the goal of becoming the most respected and admired company into something tangible that everyone in the company could grasp. It was not the metric that the board was focused on. Rather, achieving a 15 market share would be an indicator that Toyota was succeeding at the important tasks necessary to become the most respected and admired automotive company. Toward the end of each year, the president of Toyota Motor Corporation makes a speech in which he reviews the prior year, summarizes the business environment and trends, and paints a picture of the future and what the challenges facing the company are for the year to come. By then, the company has already been very busy with Hoshin planning, starting with a deep review of the prior year in about August. By the beginning of January, the Hoshin Kanri plans are in place around the world. Catchball to agree on actual targets at every level. The catchball process, that is intensive two-way discussions, is a dynamic planning process as the high-level goals are cascaded down through the organization and turned into more specific, actionable plans. The catchball process has an important role, not only in refining the corporate and regional Hoshin, but also as a check on the whole Hoshin concept. The catchball process provides feedback through the ranks about whether annual and medium-term goals are achievable and whether priorities need to be reshuffled or resources reallocated to meet the specific goals. The success of the process depends equally on the senior leaders having deep knowledge of her domain so that the goal for the plant is actually achievable, and on the junior leaders' willingness to take on a challenge and pursue improvement in the right way. The key point about this dialogue is that the focus is not only on outcomes, but on a detailed understanding of the current state to help identify focus areas. Proposal A3s are heavily used for this planning as a tool for the leader at one level to coach the next level leader, thereby further developing their skills for improvement. Doing and checking through visual tracking. Hoshin Kanri continues on down to every value-added worker in the company. Finally, the work groups are involved in setting specific targets for the year and general milestone plans for achieving the targets. Target is an important word. Ultimately, each team member in each work group must be able to understand in concrete terms what the target is and how she is doing relative to the target. Hoshin Kanri plus daily management with KAIZEN can lead an organization toward continuous improvement and competitive advantage. Without Hoshin Kanri, a company that has taught KAIZEN and established a good daily management system will make continuing progress, but at a slower level. A company that introduces Hoshin Kanri with no daily management system and weak leadership of KAIZEN at the workgroup level might achieve a big Hoshin objective, but as soon as senior management and the process improvement specialists look the other way, the system is likely to collapse and performance will move backward. Acting. At the end of each year, progress toward the 10-year vision is reviewed and new annual plans are set based on the achievements and learning from the prior year and a forward look at the environment. In conclusion, Hoshin Kanri is the most powerful process in Toyota for aligning the direction of all the individuals doing Kaizen throughout different parts of Toyota in different countries, different regions, so that the numbers add up to a huge positive business impact. The blending of Hoshin Kanri and daily management to drive Kaizen illustrates once again that it is not the particular tools in use, but the leadership approach that all initiatives are grounded in that makes the difference in sustaining continuous improvement. Hoshin Kanri is a collaborative planning process focused on outcomes, but also key process metrics. Hoshin Kanri, when coupled with Toyota Kata, is a powerful way for coaching and developing leaders at all levels in scientific thinking to navigate their way to complex goals. It takes relentless development of people to make Hoshin Kanri a real living system, development that many companies never even seem to attempt. I love this quote from Joel Barker, a futurist. He said, "Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world."